Hey YouTube, this is Slay Diva LA. I hope you're ready for another video. Today, we're going to take our bundles of hair and dye them red. Yes, honey, look at that. Look at that bright, vibrant color. The color turned out so great. So if you all stay tuned, I will be showing you today how to get this bright, vibrant, deep red color. Okay, divas, here's the items you'll need to grab to color your bundles. You will need some plastic gloves, 3 boxes of L'Oreal Hicolor highlights in the color red. You will need 40 cream developer from L'Oreal. It's an 8-ounce bottle. You will need some foil. You will need a mixing bowl, and you will need a mixing brush. And here are my bundles of hair in my closure. I have 3 bundles of hair, 18, 20, and 22, and also a closure that is a 14-inch closure. I did get these bundles of hair and the closure from Amazon, and in case I was talking too fast, all of the items will be listed below in the description box. Here I am going ahead and cutting the bottom off of the L'Oreal Highlights color. It's just easier to squeeze it out from the bottom than from the little top that they have there. So if you want to cut it from the bottom and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, make sure you try to get all of that hair color out of that little plastic tube. You will end up needing 3 boxes of hair color. Normally, everybody usually gets 1 box of hair color per bundle. So I do have 3 bundles and a closure. I usually do not get a extra box for the hair closure. I usually have more than enough to have some left over for the hair closure. Here I am mixing the hair dye and the cream developer together with the first box of hair dye. Then I'll go ahead and add the second box and the third box. I did not measure. The directions did state to add 2.5 ounces of cream developer per hair dye box. So when I calculated that, I believe it came to like 7.5 ounces, and the cream developer that I have is a 8-ounce bottle. So basically I needed the whole bottle of cream developer. So I did not measure. I just pretty much poured the entire bottle of cream developer in the bowl and mixed it with the hair dye. And I left just a little bit in the bottle. After that, you make sure that you mix it well until it's a creamy consistency. You don't want it too thick and you don't want it too watery. So make sure that you mix, and make sure it's creamy. So that it can spread evenly over the dye. Over the bundles of hair. And let me throw in, I am no professional. I am not a beautician. I did not go to school for hair or hair coloring. This is my first time doing this, so I am not a professional. This is how I do my hair dye. If it's wrong or if there's anything that I did incorrectly, please let me know, because I'm not a professional. So let me know if there's anything you see that I'm doing wrong or something that I can do better. I just wanted to give it a try and see how it turned out, and also share my experience with you, YouTube. So let me know if there's anything that I did wrong or I can do better to speed up the process or anything like that. With that being said, my results turned out great. Oh my goodness, I was so amazed, because they say you don't need bleach for this process. But I've also watched a few YouTube videos where they say bleach is in the hair dye. So I don't know. Once again, I'm not a professional, but I did not have to purchase bleach separately and add it to this dye for my hair color to come out amazingly. Like, it is so beautiful. I did not use magenta. I know a lot of people use magenta, but I really wanted a bright red color. The camera does not do it any justice. The pictures I will show you at the end of the video, it does show my hair is looking a little bit of a darker red color, but trust me, it is very bright red. It lifted well. I did not have any issues with it lifting to a nice, pretty, vibrant red color. I wasn't trying to go for burgundy, so that's why I did not add the magenta. But I will show pictures at the end. Here I am going ahead and I'm starting with my closure. You will see me comb the closure out, and I will begin adding the dye. It's a repetitive process as far as adding the dye to the bundles and the closure. So I did not get all the footage of me dyeing the bundles, but here is how I dyed the closure, and it's the same process for the bundles. You start at the bottom with the hair dye and you work your way up to the top. I did want to leave some black roots, so I did not put the dye all the way up to the roots on the closure. So you will see me stop right at the roots and kind of sprinkle a little bit of red at the top of the closure so that it kind of blends perfectly. I didn't want to just have that line of demarcation right there at the closure. So I kind of spread it. It's hard to explain. I kind of just put some streaks at the top of the closure so that it could just blend and fade out evenly. So I'm still putting the hair dye onto the hair closure here. It's make sure that you do cover each strand of hair with the dye. So except for on the roots here, like I said earlier, I didn't want any hair dye on the roots. I wanted to leave the roots black. But besides that, I wanted to make sure that every strand was colored with hair dye. So I'm combing through the hair, making sure that I get all the strands covered, and then I'm going back and putting more dye on top of that. And also with your hair bundles and your hair closure, please make sure to flip over the closure and the hair bundles to the back. And do the same process. Add color, hair dye to the back of the bundles and the back of the closure. As you can see right here, I am turning over or flipping over the closure, and you can see that it is still black on the back side. So make sure that you do get the front and back of your bundles and closure. Comb out the hair again and do the same process. Go ahead and add your dye. Right here, I got some hair color on the lace of the closure. You do not want to do that. So I was trying to hurry up and wipe that hair dye off before it set into the lace of the closure. It did come off. But if you do get hair dye on your lace closure, they do have a few YouTube videos to show how you can get the dye off. So it's not completely ruined if you do get hair dye onto the closure. After you're done, you'll go ahead and wrap the hair up in foil and set it to the side so that it can process. Here I am starting my hair bundles so that I can start dyeing the hair bundles. Unfortunately, I lost the footage to this, so I can't show you where I started the process of dyeing the hair bundles. But here is where I had already dyed it, and I was just going back over it, making sure each strand was covered with hair dye. I'm flipping it over and see how it's black on that side. So you flip it over and you do the same thing. Make sure that you cover it with hair dye, front and back. If you want it to all process evenly and all strands to be colored. And this is the second bundle, same process. I'm just going back over it, adding more dye so that I can make sure each strand is covered. I'll flip this one over also, and then I wrap it up in foil, set it to the side so that it can process. And this was the third and final bundle. Same process, just keep repeating it until you finish all of your bundles. And then you'll set it to the side, wrap it up in foil, set it to the side, and let it process. I don't know how long you should leave the hair dye on. The box, I believe, said leave it on for 30 minutes and it should be fine. I was getting ready to go on vacation, so I started packing and cleaning up my house because I'm going to be gone on vacation for a while for the holidays, and I lost track of time, so my bundles did end up staying way longer than 30 minutes. If I'm not mistaken, they stayed for at least about 4 hours. So Once again, the box say 30 minutes is more than enough, but I let mine sit for 4 hours while I continue to pack, and my hair color came out wonderful. I wouldn't change anything. I absolutely love how it came out. So, if you would like to try the 30 minutes, let me know if you've done the 30 minutes before and if it still turned out great, or if you had to leave it on longer so that it can get that nice, vibrant color. But anywho, yes, I left mine on for 4 hours. I wanted some nice red hair for my vacation. I am going back home to visit to Memphis, Tennessee, and I'll be there for Thanksgiving. And I just wanted something nice and cute, something different for my vacation. So I went with red, and I'm glad I did. I love how it turned out. You all stay tuned for the end of the video, and I will end up posting a lot of different pictures of me with the red hair. I did turn my bundles into a wig. So at the end, you will see that I don't show the process of me sewing the hair onto the cap, but you will see that I did turn the bundles and the closure into a wig. And baby, you couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I was fine, honey. Yes. Okay. And right here, I am washing out the bundles of hair in the hair closure. I am using Aussie hair moisturizer. No, I'm sorry. I am using Aussie moisture conditioner and shampoo. You can find those at Walmart. I can also link those down in the description box. But make sure that you get all of the hair dye out of this hair while you're washing it with the shampoo. So, y'all, this process took so long, and I still don't think I get all the hair dye out. Like, it just took forever. It just kept bleeding and bleeding. Oh my goodness. I know I washed this hair, you all, for at least 45 to 50 minutes. Yes, it just took that long. It was, as you can see in the bottom of the sink there, it's a lot of red dye there. It just kept bleeding, and it says to make sure that you wash all of the hair dye out until you don't see any more red in the bottom of the sink. Well, that took forever. So it took me about 45 minutes, and I did my best. It still was bleeding a little bit, but I don't know, you guys. It just took a long time, okay? It took a very long time. And after 45 minutes, majority of the water was clear. And after that, I let the hair sit in a deep conditioner for about an hour, and I washed it out. And here are the results. I really loved how it turned out. Once again, the pictures, you can see the red in there, but it looks a little darker. But it's definitely a vibrant, bright red. I was very happy with the results. And that's it. Let me know how you all like this. Thank you all so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate you all. And happy holidays to each and every one of you all.